The Sexy Red song? He rapped over it.
Tysida.
Wait, I got something to say. Welcome to another episode of Tysida Talks. Today we have a very, very, very special guest here with me. This person is multifaceted, very well-rounded. Honestly, one of the biggest lights in whatever room they're in, and one of my favorite people. Give it up for Viv.
Thank you. That was actually like such a flattering introduction.
Absolutely. You're
I'll
a
take
flattering
it.
person.
I'll take it.
Period.
I appreciate that.
Period.
Yeah.
So introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah. So my name is Vivian Frieson. I go by Viv, V's, VZ. You'll hear all these things. Also, hey, asshole. No, I'm just kidding. I don't ever get that.
No?
Yeah. And that's me, and I do all the things. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm outside. I like to have fun. I like to meet people. I like to connect people. Yeah, I mean, is there anything specific you want me to mention?
No, that was very great.
Okay, cool.
Because that was a very great segue into the topic we're talking about, which is knowing when to let go or revisit an idea.
Yes.
And you know what? So when I was thinking about this on my way here, I was like, so when you became on my radar is when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I met your sister, because my childhood best friend and her best friends.
Yep.
So we all as a group went to one of Garfield's homecomings together.
Okay.
And at that, when I first became aware of who you were a hooper.
I used to be a hooper in a past life.
Right? And that I knew you for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved away, life, right? We're grown, we do our things, blah, blah, blah. And then in the past couple years, reconnecting.
Yeah.
You're so much more. I
am. I definitely am.
Yeah, but you also are just so easily so much more. And you're actually really, what is the word for it? You are... yes, you're confident. Yes, you're bold, but it's almost like you go for what you want as if that's what you should do.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So then when we reconnected, I guess I can call it that, right?
Mm-hmm.
you entrepreneurship,
mm-hmm.
plants.
Yep.
And that was who you were for it was such a strong brand too.
Yeah, the brand is still strong.
Absolutely.
I still get a lot of messages about when I'm popping out to sell plants again.
Yes, I literally. My sister was like, "Tell Viv I need something to care for." And I was like,
yeah.
I don't think she's got the plants in my sister. So, and then you model.
Yeah.
Create content.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of work.
Yeah, but you do all the things. You do all the things. And that's what I'm saying. You host events.
Mm-hmm.
You're a part of so much more.
Yeah.
So
100%.
And I think there's sometimes people have shame when they want to pivot or change. Mm-hmm. They feel like they're supposed to hold on to the thing.
Yeah.
So I want you to just talk a little bit about that, starting at hooping though.
Okay. That's easy because I think for me, that's where it really starts. Mm-hmm. So a little bit of background about me. I grew up playing basketball. I started probably when I was 9, learned in a neighbor's driveway, and ever since then, it was just a thing that I loved and was lucky enough. I shouldn't say I was lucky enough. I worked hard enough to earn a scholarship to play at Gonzaga. Mm-hmm. I worked my ass off while I was there. Am I allowed to cuss here?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I worked my ass off, while I was there. And I became the first women's basketball player ever drafted to the WNBA from Gonzaga. And there are some amazing women's basketball players who have played there.
Yeah.
One of my teammates is still in the league to this day. She plays for the New York Liberties. So I didn't love it. And then I had an issue with an agent. She said that none of the WNBA teams were looking for me. The next year, a WNBA scout reached out to me. He had followed me since I was in college. I had no idea he was a scout. I just thought he was somebody who, liked my game, whatever, would just follow and comment and stuff. And he was like, yo, where are you playing right now? Who's your agent? The GM for the LA Sparks is looking for you. She specifically asked me if I knew where you were.
Wow.
And I was like, well, here's my agent. He sent me an email. I've never really talked about this publicly, but this was one of the things that took
exclusive
me over the line.
tea. Okay.
He sent me an email from this GM, and it literally said from her to him, you need to tell her that she needs a new agent, because I talk to her at least once a week and she's never mentioned that Vivian is one of the players that she represents. So it was like, you know, and that's what I'm talking about, like the bureaucracy and stuff like that, right? Came back and I was like, I got to find a job. Took my ass to an Amazon warehouse. Took my ass to an Amazon warehouse, okay? Look, I wasn't getting the bag, but I was getting something. I was
sack.
I was I was able to pay the bills, okay? But you know, I was determined. I had a degree. Yeah, I had real life work experience. I knew how to lead people. I knew how to build relationships with people. And you know, they go by levels at Amazon, and you know, in a year and a half I went from a tier 1, which is like the very lowest level, to an L5. So, you know, it takes people years to get there, but you know, I did what I could to get where I needed to be. And that has allowed me to continue to like explore what I want to do in this world. Like it's not that I love having a 9-to-5. Right. I actually wish I had more time for the things I love, but I do love that it allows me to have security, and it allows me the opportunity to explore the things that I love, you know? So,
I think a lot of creatives, or I won't say a lot of creatives, because once you become a creative, I think you learn that. Like having...
Damn, I need a real job.
You feel me? Having the stability, the consistent income, it's like, oh, then that's when I'm actually able to do the things. But when I'm focused on survival, I'm focused on my bare necessities while also trying to like bring ideas to life.
Yeah.
The ideas are not going to come to life.
Yes.
They're not, because they're not fed. They're not watered.
100%.
They're not well rested.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And then the intention becomes different, right? And I think even too, because I have friends, you know, who are full-time creatives and at a different level, right? Where it's like, yeah, I'm getting to work, I'm doing those things, but it feels different making the decision for work because it is what feeds you.
Yes.
Versus
100%.
consistently getting to do what just nurtures you.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, and it's hard, you know, but my whole journey has kind of got me to the point where I'm with like entrepreneurship. You know, she talks about the plant shop, but you know, before that even I was putting on markets for Black-owned businesses here in Seattle, and doing those kind of events, and that was a lot of fun. And I was doing it for my love of community, but like I was also getting beaten down because of it.
You really know when to stop. Like
I like to think I do, but I still think sometimes it's a little too late.
You think so? Okay.
I do.
I think because you know between you and yourself.
Yeah.
But in hearing you and knowing when you've stopped, it sounds like you be knowing when to stop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's kind of the thing too, is because sometimes like I've been having this conversation with myself for months. You know, so like Seeds and Steves was my plant shop, and I loved it, but like I don't love doing markets.
Yeah.
I do this because that was my biggest thing. Like I wanted to educate people.
Yeah.
I don't need to sell these expensive plants or whatever. What plant works for you? How can we get you to keep a plant alive so you can feel good about having plants in your home? That's important.
Yeah.
You know, plants, they change the environment. They change the feel and your mental health. And I wanted that to be accessible to everybody instead of just like, oh, that plant looks cool. Well, that plant is going to die in your house.
Yeah.
You might have some sunlight, but it's not enough. Exactly. You know, or your window is right by a vent that you have on all the time. It's going to be dried out within a day, you know? Yeah. So like trying to like give that, I love doing that, but like on top of everything else, it's like, damn, this is too much, you know? So it's like, I had that conversation with myself for months before I finally said, okay, I'm gonna stop. And then people would hit me up 2 months later and be like, yo, you know, we want you to come put some plants in our store. And I'm like, damn.
Shoot, I hit you for some staging.
I could do this, you know. I could just go up there, do it real quick. But my nursery's in Snohomish, an hour and a half away. Wow. You know, so it's like, damn, is it worth it to drive up there an hour and a half away, drive back, get all this stuff? It's just a lot, you know. So it's like I'm constantly having conversations with myself of how something serves me, and am I really feeling good in it? And I think now, moving from things to different things has really allowed me to like have more honest conversations with myself. Like, what am I really doing this for? Yeah. You know? And, you know, I think I'm in a space now where I'm I'm not worried about what it looks like or like the sunken cost, you know, like fallacy where it's like, oh, I've already put so much into this. You know, I did branding. I created a logo. I spent all this time. And it's like, yeah, but think about how much more time and energy and money you're going to put into something you don't love. And I'm constantly weighing that with everything that I do. You know, it's not just entrepreneurship. It's friendships. It's relationships. It's all the things. It really matters because, yes, we put in so much of our energy into things, but it's okay. We create our own safety by allowing ourselves to the freedom to like be who we are and find the things that truly serve us, you know?
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
We create our own safety.
Yeah.
To move on.
We got to at least. We got to try.
We at least try.
We got to try.
Yeah. I also love that you have so many conversations with yourself. And like no one has to like get you like, hey, are we like, does this make sense? Like no one has to do that for you.
Yeah. I think it's a gift and a curse.
Why do you think it's a curse?
Because it's like, you know, I have some really like strong, opinionated, smart people around me. You know, but everybody got their own shit going on. So I don't want to burden anybody with, you know, my process. Yeah. You know, and that's part of being a people pleaser. You don't want to burden anybody with what you got going on, but you want to show it for everybody. Yeah. So the curse in that is like, I could probably come to these conclusions quicker if I was able to feel better about leaning on people, you know? Yeah. And I have a great community around me. Absolutely. That's nothing to say about the community I have around me. Absolutely. Family, friends, other business owners, you know, other organizers. Like I have so many great people around me who have had so many good experiences. Yeah. I'm just like, they're busy. I don't need to burden them.
You just assume it.
Yeah, of course.
That's also not fair though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you don't give them the opportunity to show up for you.
Yeah, that's true.
They might actually be like so optimistic and so ready for the opportunity to do it, and they're just waiting. They're like, whenever. I can't, you know, I'm just looking forward to it. Like, and you're over here like, no.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, you know, and it's, yeah. I mean, these are conversations that I have with other people, right? Yeah. But how do you turn around and like convince yourself of the same things you're telling other people that you know are right? Yeah. Like, don't assume that I won't show up for you because you think I'm busy. I'll show up for you. Just let me know. Or, you know, ask me if I can hold space for you and we can figure that out, you know? Yeah. But then I turn around and do the exact opposite of that, right?
You know, one thing my last therapist had me work on is that when a feeling shows up and we have a natural way of responding to it, right? We so say like, if when I think about speaking up for myself, I always feel fear. And so when I feel fear, I don't speak up for myself. In that moment, I have a chance to make another decision. All I have to do is make that other decision. And so it's just like building that muscle. So in those moments when you think about someone, or you think about reaching out to someone, and then say someone comes to mind, when you say, oh, they might be busy, if you reach out and be like, hey, I wanted to know if you have some time, I don't know, now or later. Yeah. You then create a different rhythm to an emotion that shows up for you. Yeah. And so, and if you already have the strength to ask yourself these questions and already have the strength to tap in with yourself, you can hold yourself accountable to do that. Yeah. You know, and then there will be times too where it will feel like a lot. Because maybe they won't respond for like 3 hours, and you're like, shit. See, I knew.
Damn.
I knew they was busy.
Fuck about me.
Exactly. Shit. See, I should know. I should have just trusted my gut.
This is what I get for listening to Ty, man. Ty sitting in her bullshit.
Right, so you're sitting in it, and then right when you're feeling that, you'll get like a response, be like, hey, my bad. You know, like I was over here like training for a marathon. Sorry, you know, I was doing cryotherapy. You know,
what kind of people do you hang out with? Because we ain't running marathons over here. Not ever.
You would just, I feel like, right in that moment, you'll have that feeling, and then somebody will hit you with some like, wow, like my bad, but like, hit me. Where you at right now? Pull up on me. Yeah, and then
that's good advice.
Just creates a different memory to that feeling. And then the more you practice that, I think that's how we let things go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think that's good advice. I'm going to have to take that into the next one. Don't let your own idea of other people stop you.
Exactly. And that's, I mean, yeah, it's just like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
It's really not fair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The duality of relationships. Like we also are able to show people that like boundaries.
Yep.
You know?
And boundaries do matter.
Exactly. So it's like,
boy,
friend, I'm not asking you to like blow up the spot. And then they're like, no. And you're like, bruh, I'm literally about to sit here and eat some pretzels and I'm going to kick it. So just holler at me. I'm like in no rush. And they're like, okay. It's like, you are addicted to the chaos, Birdie. Let's all
literally. Let's bring it down just a notch, you know? Yeah, so, for sure. Okay. All right.
No.
That's solid advice. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Just look, duality. You reminding us how we let go. And then you get to take something home with you too.
Yes.
Is there any last gems you want to share?
I got nothing.
Period. You left it all on the line?
I left it all on the table. I think I do have a gem.
Okay.
It's not, I don't know if it's a gem. It's got some things I want to say. You feel me? No. I think
I was like, oh shit. I got something to say.
No, I just want to impress upon people how important it is to show up for yourself always. You know, there are always going to be outside pressures, whether it's, you know, your friends, your family, everyone's going to have an opinion on what you do, good, bad, or ugly, right? And that's not to say that those opinions aren't valid, but like you have to feel within you what's right for you. And everything that I do, I just ask myself, like, is this bringing me joy?
Yeah.
And if it's not, like, I'm not going to do it, you know? And there are things that bring me joy and sometimes I have to step away from, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just think it's important that people find a way to like recognize what is and isn't working for them, and how they can address that within themselves. Yeah. I think it's very important.
Yes. And hard things can bring you joy too.
Hard things can bring you joy.
Yeah. Challenges can bring you joy.
A lot of times they will.
Absolutely.
You know?
It's like, I feel good. It's hard, but I feel good about it.
Because talking about doing everything.
I didn't know all those, some of the things. I was like, wow, that's fire.
There's still more.
Yeah.
You know?
We'll give you more time to talk.
No, there's a lot of great people that she's going to be talking to.
Absolutely. Okay.
I'll come back.
Okay, period. Okay, just accept the invite.
You know what? Go ahead and comment below if you want me to come back for a part 2. No.
True content creator.
Smash that like button, y'all.
Period. Get my views up.
We gonna subscribe.
Period.
You feel me?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Appreciate you, Ty.
Absolutely.
This is Tysida Talks, y'all.
Periana. Until next time. That was good. Yeah. Thank you.